Hey Vikings, you can't see the playoffs. Woo! The Vikings suck. The Vikings suck. The Vikings suck. The Vikings suck. Should old acquaintance be forgot? Days of old lang syne. The Vikings started 5-0, could be 7-9. The Packers blew them out at home. Now those purple punks are gone. Now the team that's leading the NFC North is led by Aaron. Oh my goodness. It's been almost a week and I'm still overjoyed that the Vikings are gone. All those people who drank that purple Kool-Aid and basically handed the Vikings the NFC when they were 5-0. All those eager clowns in the media who did that. I wonder where they are now. If they're smart, they're hiding. Then again, if they were smart, they'd have seen this collapse coming. I mean, come on. Anyone with good sense knew good and damn well that the Vikings were not going anywhere. I mean, look at them. They have one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. They can't score. Their defense, which was carrying them, fell off. I mean, come on. How can you not see this coming? But enough I told you so's to these people in the media whose IQs have one digit in them. Let's talk good things. Let's talk about the Green Bay Packers and how we are one win away from winning the North. The win by the Packers of Week 16 set off the officially locked in this head-to-head battle in Detroit for the division. So that meant the Monday game was virtually meaningless, but Detroit was looking to make the playoffs with a win. That didn't happen. So, entering this final week, entering New Year's Day, the Packers and Lions are tied for first place at 9-6, and the difference in that tie is the Week 3 Packers victory over the Lions, which means even if Sunday's game ends 24-24, the Packers win the division. Of course, we want to win here. But on to I think I can call this the second biggest news of the week. But it's pretty much up there. Let's just make it a top story in Week 16. The Browns won! Can you believe it? The Browns won a game. It was a Christmas miracle on Christmas Eve. Cleveland beat up the San Diego Chargers. Well, not beat up, but let's say beat up. Let's give them that. They beat the Chargers and finally picked up their first win of the season and their first win since December 2015. They had lost 17 straight games dating back to last season. I think that stands as the third longest losing streak in NFL history. Number one, of course, was Tampa Bay losing 26 straight in their first two seasons. And of course, the Lions, as we all know, lost 19 straight. The only losing streak to span 3 seasons started at the end of 2007. Then in 2008 they went 0-16. Then they lost the first 2 games of 2009. And with that win, that pretty much leaves the Lions all alone as the only team to go 0-16 ever. And it was such a wild and crazy penultimate week of the season. All the spots in the AFC are clinched. Houston won the AFC South. Houston won the AFC South when they beat the Bengals 12-10. This was after the Titans got blasted against Jacksonville. Pittsburgh beat out the Ravens to take the AFC North, and that win and beating the Ravens put the Chiefs in, and the Chiefs beating Denver put Miami in. So all 6 spots are clinched. The only thing that's left to decide the AFC is home field, that final first round bye, and the AFC West. Now, sadly, there was some sad news. There's some sad news regarding the Raiders. David Carr is out for the season with a bad injury. So, and they're 1 win away from winning the West too. So, it's gonna be tough for the Raiders for the playoffs. This could cripple whatever possibilities they have for a run. And the Raiders need to win, or Kansas City lose to win the West. If the Raiders win, they get the West to the bye. The Raiders win and the Patriots lose, they get home field. Kansas City needs to win, and the Raiders need to get beat for them to win the West and get that bye. But nearly pretty much all 6 spots are locked in the AFC with very little left to decide. The NFC is a little more convoluted. There's still 2 spots left, even after the Falcons won the NFC South this past weekend. But there's still a first home field is wrapped up. There's still a first round bye to decide. There's still the NFC North left, and there are 2 vacant spots left. Now, Dallas, Atlanta, Seattle, and the Giants are all in. Tampa Bay's loss to New Orleans gave Atlanta the NFC South and the Giants a playoff spot. The teams competing for the 2 playoff spots are Green Bay, Detroit, Tampa Bay, and Washington. Now, for Green Bay and Detroit, the scenario is pretty easy. Matter of fact, the Packers and Lions could both get into playoffs even before the 2 teams take the field in Detroit to end the season. And that is going to end the season. Packers and Lions are going to be on that NBC spot at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Now, before the 2 teams can take the field, if the Giants beat Washington, that puts the teams in. So the Washington loss will pretty much reduce a bit of the importance of the game, but it will still be important. The winner wins the division. The losing team will still be in, regardless. However, Washington has a bit of a mostly easy road to clinch a playoff spot. If Washington beats the Giants, then they will clinch as long as the NFC North game has a decision. By that I mean Washington will leapfrog whoever loses that game and get in the playoffs. The only way Washington will be eliminated, even if they beat the Giants, is if the NFC North game ends dead even. Because if that happens, Green Bay will get the North, and Detroit and Washington will be tied with identical 9-6-1 records, but Detroit will have, I think, a common games tiebreaker over them. So if Washington wins and there's no tie in our game, they're in. Tampa, sadly, has a very, very muddled scenario. They only have one scenario, and it's a huge long shot. For Tampa Bay to get in the playoffs, listen carefully, they have to win. Washington has to tie. They can't even lose. Because that'll eliminate them. So Tampa has to win. Washington has to tie. Detroit has to beat the Packers. And the following 4 teams have to win: Tennessee, Indianapolis, Dallas, and San Francisco. I think all of that would get them some sort of a strength of victory or strength of schedule tiebreaker. I was getting my phone because I have the NFL mobile app. I can't really find the link to the scenarios, but thankfully I remember them all by heart. So that's pretty much what has to happen. For Tampa to get in. So Tampa's pretty much screwed. Of course, Packers and Lions, that's the main event of the final week of the regular season. And of course, we all know what happened the last time Aaron Rodgers was in Detroit. So, who knows? Who knows? It's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great close game. But I do think we should get our 6th win in a row and wrap up the division. And Detroit should get in too, because Giants, I think they're going to beat Washington. So that'll put us and the Lions in. So this is the final week. This is it. It all comes down to this. Either the proverbial heads will get lopped off, or teams will rejoice and celebrate and move on to the chase for the Lombardi Trophy, which starts next weekend. So, with that, my fellow football fans, I say Happy New Year, and celebrate responsibly, and fasten those proverbial seatbelts for what will be a raucous final Sunday of the season. Until next week. Oh, and in case you all forgot, the Vikings suck.